Everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you some of my cool new Sonic OCs. Well, some of them are new to you, some of them are actually kind of old to me. Others are actually new, well, to both me and you. This guy isn't new, and we all know who he is. It's good old Gumball. But he actually looks more like a Sonic character this time. Finally, I learned how to draw a Sonic character. So, basically, he's an alien. He's from outer space. He actually crashed down onto space just on accident. He's fun-loving, carefree, and isn't really aggressive. Next up is Sucker. Sucker is kind, cool. He's an octopus and pretty chill. He has the ability to turn his arms into multiple tentacles. Next up is Mark the Shark. Mark is very much so a big eater, and is very much so fun-loving, aggressive, messes around too much to the point that it destroys something in the world. He has a love for eating bricks. And not like he's dumb or anything. He just land sharks have the ability to eat anything. And that's his favorite food. Next up is Poison. Poison is fun, loving, kind, likes to have fun, has the ability to use his tail as a weapon and sting people. Next up is Mike. Mike is the leader of the two, and normally likes to have fun, go on adventures with Poison, and Poison normally appears to him as boss. It's not like that's his title, and that's not like that's his title. That's just a nickname that he gave him back when they were kids. Next up is Jackson, also known as Dynamite. Jackson the Hedgehog is a hedgehog running the explosive armada. Their mission is to help the residents of Green Hill Zone and the rest of the world, and also defeat Dr. Eggman. Next up is Matt the Hedgehog, and I know this is pretty cliche, but don't worry, he's not a Mary Sue or super edgy. Let's just say Matt's a little bit, insane. Matt is this fun-loving, crazy idea. Basically, if Cuphead Show had a baby with Sonic the Hedgehog. I know there's fan art of you of that out there, you creeps. Cuphead they're both kids. Anyways, I know. I just need to put that off my chest because I know those people exist. So basically he has the ability to crash through. Basically, he's super strong, but he isn't effortlessly perfect. His weakness is Basically, he has the ability. Basically, he is scary. Basically, his weakness. Yes, there is a weakness. Every character can have a weakness. Is too much chaos and emerald energy. He can take 6 or 7 chaos emeralds, but if it's like a billion chaos emeralds, all it will do is just weaken him and probably kill him. And he would need. And basically, the only way to make him get back to normal is to basically make sure he sleeps and heals up. Next up is Tricky the Demon, and don't let the name fool you. He definitely is a saint. He has the ability to bring portals, but when it happens, his eyes turn into this color. I know, cool, right? I know. Cool, right? Next up is Spines the Hedgehog. Well, he's not a hedgehog. Spines the pangolin. He has the ability to use his spine as shield. He can control his spines to make them do whatever he pleases. And he can also make a cool armor suit out of it. Next up is Camo the poison dart frog. Basically, he has the ability to go invisible by using his gloves. His actual ability is just using his tongue as a weapon. No, really, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, anyways, he's basically a double combo character. He's very cool. He loves to invent things with tails, and is pretty much well known for making cool inventions. Next up is Kappa the turtle. Basically, has the ability to go into a shell and attack things. He's very fun, chill, and normally doesn't like to care about things that much. Next up is Axel the Axolotl. Basically, his backstory is that he was just a normal guy until his village got burned down. Yep. So he decided to be like, you know what, I'm joining the freedom fighters. And after joining the freedom fighters, his person, basically has the ability to basically spin out, is to basically turn into a pink tornado to attack things. And also his personality traits is that he's fun, that he's basically silly. He's silly, world messy. He's silly, fun loving, adventurous, and a little bit, it can be a little bit naive at times. Next up is Spooks, also known as Spooks the ghost. Spooks also has the ability to scare people, and he has the ability to go invisible and do normal ghost things. But don't worry, he isn't bad. He's more fun-loving than usual. He's very shy and doesn't know how to talk to people. And what he does, he normally scares them off. He isn't bloodthirsty or bitter. He's just a shy kid who can't thanks to the circumstances of him being a ghost, it's kind of hard for him to make friends. Next up is Zarko. Zarko is created by Tails to be a little robotic assistant. Basically he's tall, lengthy, smart, and knows how to do stuff. And basically Tails basically just wanted a friend, so he created this guy. And basically they don't refer to each other as dad and son, and more or less just refer to each other as their actual names. And more or less just have fun together. And more or less they have more big brother, little brother moments than the father and son moments. Next up is Bones the skeleton. There's not much to say about him. He's just a skeleton. Moving on. Just kidding. Anyways, Bones the skeleton is basically a skeleton who has the ability to control a scythe. Basically, he was originally a mass destructive force of evil until the freedom fighters found a way to bring him back. Turn him into this good guy. I will redesign him because he does look like Donkey Doodle. I am sorry. Next up is Cookie the Gingerbread Cat. Basically has the ability to eat anything he wants. Basically has the ability to regenerate body parts, create gingerbread things, turn anything he touches into gingerbread as he pleases. He just can't, it's kind of like minus touch, but he can control it. Like, he can touch, like, if he wants, he can turn something he really thinks to look better as food. He can literally turn, like, some paper cardboard pizza some toy pizza into actual gingerbread pizza that he can eat. Next up is Cuckoo the Cuckoo Bird. Not like the bird cuckoo. Cuckoo, as in like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So basically, he's insane, loving, wacky. Normally likes to use his insanity to solve his own issues and fun-loving. He was originally supposed to be a toy cuckoo bird, but he actually got turned into a real bird. Papa, I'm a real bird. Lol, that was funny. Next up, and also he was created by Mr. Tinker, Mr. Tinker. So let's just say that these two are probably siblings. If you meant by these two, you know what I mean. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Next up is Meteorite the Snail. Meteorite the Snail is this snail who was technically born from a meteorite is technically born from a meteorite, but no one really knows that. Everyone just assumes that he was born normally. But no, this boy is a meteorite child. He has no parents, and the only person who really can take care of him is Amy. Plus he's only 5 years old. Yeah, he's only 5. Next up is Cut the App. Oh no, not Cut the Apple. His name is actually Crispy the Apple. Crisp is basically a short little guy who's actually the first ever plant in the Sonic franchise. Yes, apple is a food, but fruit is also a plant. And basically plants, and don't let that vegan teacher fool you. Plants are living beings. They just aren't, like normal living beings, like cows and like you and me and cows and chickens. They're stupider human beings, which basically makes. But this one has a brain, and this one can fight back. He's the first. This is actually his kind is that his parents finally. The father finally planted his seeds after he died. The mother waited so patiently to see his son, and when the son finally came, he was basically the perfect little boy. Until he turns into an adult, and basically has the ability to use his head as a bomb. I know, right? Next up is basically Grasser the Phoenix. Not Phoenix, Phoenix. Basically, he has the same ability. Basically, he can both control plants and the grass. Can control plants and fire. Basically, able to use them as weapons and so forth. I hope you guys like these OCs. I'll see you guys next time.